I never realized how loud life could be, until it got quiet. After I lost him, silence wasn't peaceful. It wasn't gentle. It was sharp, like walking barefoot on broken glass. The first few days after the funeral, people were everywhere. They filled the space with flowers, casseroles, small talk, things to soften the blow. They meant well. But once the casseroles stopped coming, and the polite check-ins faded into memory, I was left with the thing I feared the most. Silence. It sat with me in every room. In every corner of the house we once shared. In the way the floor didn't creak like it used to when he walked through the hallway at night. In the way the bed suddenly felt too big. Too cold. Too quiet. I tried to fight it at first. I filled the silence with noise. Background TV, music I wasn't listening to. Fake laughter with people who didn't know how to ask if I was really okay. But the silence? It waited. It waited until the night I turned everything off. And I could finally hear what I was trying to avoid. The weight of the quiet settled in. Heavy. Unforgiving. There were no distractions left. Just me and the ache. I sat there in the dark on the edge of the bed, gripping a mug that had long gone cold. And for the first time, I didn't try to push the grief away. I let it come. All of it. It wasn't a flood. It was a slow, relentless drip. At first it was memory. The way he used to hum while washing the dishes. The way he always added too much sugar to my coffee, just to see me roll my eyes. Then came the ache. The I should have said more. The why didn't I notice sooner? The God, I miss you whispered into the still air. But in the middle of that pain, something strange happened. I felt him. Not in a ghostly supernatural way. But in the stillness. In the way the breeze moved the curtains. In the silence between my sobs. In the memory of his hand on my back. Steady, patient, warm. That night, I didn't fall asleep. I rested. For the first time in days. And in that rest, I began to realize something I had refused to believe. Silence wasn't my enemy. It was my teacher. Grief has a voice, you know. But it only speaks when we're quiet enough to hear it. I started making space for it. In the mornings, I would sit by the window with my tea. No phone, no distractions. Just light and breath. Some mornings I'd cry. Others I wouldn't. But always I listened. To the silence. To the ache. To the gentle healing it was trying to offer. I began to write again. Not for anyone else, just for me. I wrote letters I'd never send. I wrote memories, poems, pieces of my heart. Some days, just a single sentence, I'm still here. That was enough. Eventually, I noticed a shift. The silence stopped feeling empty. It started feeling sacred. A place I could visit. To remember. To speak to him. To speak to myself. There's this tree near our house. We used to sit under it every fall. One morning, I went there. I hadn't visited since he passed. I brought a blanket, a book I knew he loved. I didn't read. I just sat. Listened. The leaves rustled gently, almost like a whisper, "You're doing okay." And I was. Not okay in the way people expect. Smiling, laughing, moving on. But okay in the quiet way. The way that says, I still miss you. But I'm learning to carry you differently now. Grief doesn't end. It shifts. It softens. And silence, the very thing I feared most, became the space where that shift happened. We live in a world that fears silence. We rush to fill it with noise, distraction, busyness. But silence. Silence is where we meet ourselves. Where the real healing begins. If you're in that place now, that raw, unbearable quiet, I want to tell you something I wish someone had told me. Stay there. Don't run from it. Sit with it. Cry with it. Breathe with it. Because in that silence, you will hear their voice again. You will feel their presence, not as something gone, but as something woven into your soul. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll sit in the quiet. And it won't hurt. It will feel like peace. Not because you've forgotten, but because you've made room for their memory to live alongside your healing. And in that stillness, you'll find yourself again. And you'll know. The silence didn't break you. It held you. Until you were ready to stand again.